Mr. Mayor, we like.
Great, thank you for that. Today is November 2nd, 2022. The time is 5:06 p.m. and I'm calling to order the Baldwin Park City Council special meeting. City Clerk, can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Councilmember Alejandra Avila. Councilmember Monica Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Paul Hernandez. Councilmember Paul Hernandez. Mayor Pro Tem Daniel Damian.
Here.
Mayor Manuel Estrada.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. City Clerk.
City Clerk, Mayor, it seems like Councilmember Hernandez is on the line, but does he have the speaking abilities?
Yes, I already allow him to talk. I think he put on mute.
Mark, can you work with the council
I'm here.
members?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So we have a Baldwin Park Holiday Parade presentation by Manny Carrillo. So Manny Carrillo, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor, council members, members of the community. I'm here this evening to provide a brief presentation in regards to our Baldwin Park Holiday Parade. For those
Mayor.
of you,
I'm sorry, Manny. Mayor, do you
Yes.
want to open up public speaking and then close it in case there's, think we skip public speaking?
Correct. Okay, so at this moment, I will open up public communications. Chief Deputy City Clerk or City Clerk, is there anybody looking to speak?
No, Mayor, we received no requests.
Great. So at this moment, I will move to close public communications. And then Manny, go ahead and give
yes,
us your
sir.
presentation.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, I have the Baldwin Park Holiday Parade presentation, and our parade in the past has been in November, the first Saturday in November, and this year we have moved it to be themed a holiday parade, and it's scheduled for Saturday, December 3rd at 9:45 a.m. and I'm happy to announce, and the presentation, Mark, are you able to advance the next slide, please? I'm sorry. Okay. I'm happy to announce our Grand Marshal is Megan Tejas. Megan is somewhat familiar with the city of Baldwin Park. Next slide, please. She is a Channel 5 reporter, and she was on the scene back in September in 2018 when we had our Open Streets event, our very successful event. So we have stayed in contact with her since then. So next slide, please. And in terms of the parade route, what we call topside, which is the top end of the parade, which it is going to be at the corner of Olive and Baldwin Park Boulevard. That is where the parade actually starts. We have a hospitality room at Baldwin Park STEM School, formerly called, let's see here, formerly called, I forget the name of the school that was called before. Yes, that one. Thank you very much. So next slide, please. Okay, so to the meat and potatoes of the event, we've invited all of the bands and community groups and clubs and elected officials. So once again, since it is a themed parade, we're hoping everyone will dress up in theme and or decorate the vehicles or floats or whatever mechanisms. In terms of reaching out to the high schools, we have increased the sweepstakes winners for the high school groups. If they should earn first place, it is $2,500 award, which is one of the larger awards in the area. And for the junior and middle school, it is $1,250. According to our contacts in the industry and judges, it is a very gracious award, so we should be expecting a pretty good crowd. For those of you that have participated in the past, we traditionally have a band, and then we have a few floats, and then we have a band and a few floats. The floats and or the vehicles serve as a somewhat of a buffer for the bands because they are actually graded on cadence and sound and everything else. And there's officials that are very particular. So we are real excited about this year's parade. Next slide, please. And we have a few different items that we've incorporated into the parade. This is new for all of us. This is going to be much different. We've combined a few elements into the parade. Not only has the parade been moved from November to December, we also have a lunch with Santa at the Julia McNeil Senior Center. We'll have carolers in the amphitheater, and we'll also have something totally new that we've never had before, is a holiday boutique in the multi-purpose field at Morgan Park. So I think it's safe to say Morgan Park should be buzzing. Just hoping that the weather participates. We've haven't had too many activities in December in the past, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. In terms of a community health fair, we're also partnering up with the Lions Club, and they are bringing out the motorhome. We had the motorhome out at Walmart a few years back, and it was successful, but I think having it at Morgan Park should probably work out the best, and that's going to be from 10 to 2 p.m. And some of the services that they'll be providing are vision checks, hearing, blood sugar testing, blood pressure, and things of that nature. They'll actually have some RNs on staff. In terms of the award ceremony, the parade starts at 9:45. Everyone should be in by about noonish, depending on how long the parade is. And the award ceremony should immediately start at 1 p.m. We're going to try for sooner, but the judges score very particular. And then there's an opportunity for all of the band instructors to meet the judges and ask questions and get clarification in regards to any of their scoring. So very good check-in balance system. I've have been very impressed with the judges and all the high schools that participate in the past. And in regards to the promotion, we have already started boosting it on social media. We've contacted individual high schools. We purchased a list from all the bands, from all the band directors in Southern California. So we have definitely reached out. We are in the process of putting together our flyer and our billboard, which we're hoping to have 2 billboards along the 10 freeway as well as the 605 freeway. And once again, KTLA will provide coverage. And it was also shared with me today that reporter Wendy Birch should also be here providing some live updates. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we get some pretty good coverage from KTLA Channel 5. Next slide, please. And just to refresh everyone's memory, these are some of the images from our parade that we've had in November. We have the military group, some community groups in the lower left-hand corner. Looks like it's a Mr. and Mrs. Hernandez, former king and queen for the city of Baldwin Park Senior Center. So we have some pretty good entries. We also incorporate Teacher of the Year and things of that nature from Baldwin Park Unified School District. We have one of the 2 high schools that will open up the parade, Baldwin Park and or Sarah Vista High School will open up the parade. And next slide, please. And some additional images of some of the floats. This is themed an anniversary parade. Ours will be themed more Christmas themed. So hopefully everyone will be super creative and we will have some great holiday type of themes. Next slide, please. And I think that concludes staff's presentation. Any comments, questions that I'd be happy to answer or clarify?
I just had one question, Manny.
Yes, sir.
Have you had any interest? How's the interest been from you reaching out to different schools and organizations or groups to participate?
Well, we've had a pretty good interest. It's probably not as much as we've had for the November, but keep in mind this is the first time that we've had a parade in November. So a lot of the high schools have already established a relationship. So this isn't something that we were this is something that we were expecting. Part of the reason why we have an aggressive campaign, and we've increased our the winnings for the sweepstakes so much to attract. So staff feels relatively comfortable, and according to the officials that judge the parades, that we should have a pretty good crowd. We had, I believe, Norwalk call in, and we had, I believe, I want to say Chino Hills High School, I believe they called in today, and they were going to invite all of their neighboring schools. So the word is getting out. It may not be as big as we would like it on year one, but for discussion purposes, year two, when we move the parade route, if those are council's wishes, and finish at Zocalo, and then maybe we'll have a larger parade at that point.
Great. Thank you, Manny. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice. All right. Is there any other questions or comments from council?
If I may ask, Manny, do vendors also participate, Manny, in the same way that some of the other events like the concerts at the park or the street festival?
Yes, sir. We will have vendors participating. Excuse me. They will be focused more on those vendors will be selling some food, and that's what we're calling the Christmas boutique. So it'll be themed a little bit more of the holiday season.
All right. Well, thank you, Manny, for that presentation. We look forward to that parade. So at this point, there's nothing left in our study session, so we are going to go ahead and recess to our closed session.